Ladies and gentlemen, Todd Starnes.
Mercenary radio reporter, Todd Starnes.
Does that make me crazy?
Well, I've been busy waxing my dinghy.
Does that make me crazy?
Smoking pot from a bong.
Does that make me crazy?
You can get free hookers, just don't decorate them with Christmas ornaments.
Usually what happens is if Todd Starnes is there, it's some kind of catastrophe. So,
Yeah, hey, I got to go down. We got to get some ribs or something.
Todd Starnes, how are you, friend?
Jamie Almond, always a pleasure to chat with you, sir.
Well, at least there in Ohio, manure is one thing. At least they didn't firebomb the place, right?
poop.
Right?
Yes, someone dumped, 3 truckloads of manure in front of the Democratic Party headquarters there in Warren County, Ohio. I suggested, to me, it sounded like one of Obama's shovel-ready jobs.
Right. Well, they might have dumped it there to help them with their organic garden there at the White House, since that's the kind of stuff they use to grow stuff there.
Either that or Hillary was giving a speech nearby.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Well, that is in keeping with that story that happened. I guess it was in, where was it, Tennessee or whatever it is, where they had the Hillary Clinton, Tim Kaine bus. Georgia, okay.
Yes, they where the DNC bus dumped human waste right there on the street in Lawrenceville, Georgia. So that's who I would have been looking for if I was looking for a suspect. But apparently they caught the guy who did it, and apparently he had done something similar in years past. So he's got a thing for dumping loads of manure in front of the Democratic headquarters.
I love it. Here's the other thing though. When they dumped that stuff in Georgia into the storm sewer, that's a crime. And it's interesting how it doesn't matter what these people do, they're never accused or never charged finally with a crime. I mean, it doesn't matter whether it's that bus or whether it's Hillary.
Well, there's a story that's not getting much national play, but apparently the local newspaper up in Westchester County, where Hillary and Bill live, Chappaqua. Apparently, all these years of renovations they've done, the Clintons have never acquired a permit from the county.
Of course not.
To do any home improvements, because permits are for the little people, Jamie.
Of course. And speaking of little people, I noticed that when it came to the mainstream media that Wolf Blitzer was complaining to Kellyanne Conway about the feelings of the news media being hurt by the Trump campaign. How'd that thing boil down?
Oh, my gosh. I focused on that little issue in my podcast where the mainstream media is basically whining because Trump fans are booing at them and not being very nice to them. But look, quite frankly, Donald Trump deserves credit because for years, Republicans have been attacked unfairly by the mainstream media and relentlessly. And, of course, now we know, because thanks to these WikiLeaks emails, that not only has the mainstream media been in the back pocket of the Democrats, they've been giving them the questions to some of the debates.
Yeah.
So these people are just an arm of the communications wing of the Clinton campaign.
Well, and that's one of those things where, and we know down in Brazil, CNN finally said they'd had enough, but the reality is CNN is corrupt, it seems, to a certain degree, and Wolf Blitzer apparently is upset just with the fact that people are saying something to the journalists, like talking back to them as they walk in, as opposed to there's no physical harm, there's no this, there's no that. It's people reacting, and apparently, I've been in the media a long time. That's the last thing a lot of these people want is anybody daring to react to them.
Well, I remember back, years ago, I was on the campaign trail covering a Clinton event back when she was running against Obama, and somebody in the crowd tried to grab my Fox microphone. And I turned around and explained to the gentleman he had about 3 seconds to either let go of the microphone or I'd be broadcasting inside his small intestine.
I love that. Good for you, man. Little Todd Starnes getting jiggy with it. Good for you, brother. All right, man. Well, good talking to you as always. ToddStarnes.com. And I know you have, post-election, you have your big thing going on there in North Carolina. I had, at one point, some designs on possibly popping in on that, but decided that I didn't have the time. It's, a lot of things going on. I got to host a trivia night and all that stuff. But good luck with that in North Carolina, in Black Mountain, North Carolina.
Black Mountain, North Carolina. We're either going to celebrate or commiserate, but we're going to have a good time either way.
All right, brother. Good talking to you. At Todd Starnes, ToddStarnes.com. It's Common Sense Radio. Have a good one, everybody. We'll be back at 6 o'clock, and we still have the Jerry Lewis ticket giveaway. Doug Giles is coming down the pike. Dr. Tobler, and that similarity between the election of 2016 and the election of 1980 that goes way beyond the Reagan landslide. I'll talk about that on the other side of this break. It's Common Sense Radio.